You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Good evening. Today is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. This is News 25. Hi, I'm Missy Kohler. On Tuesday evening, NCSO detectives and SWAT converged on a home on Balzar Street on the north end of town. Reporter David Preston has this story.
On Tuesday evening, Nye County Sheriff's Office, detectives, and their SWAT team were at a home on Balzar right off Mesquite on the north end of town, serving a search warrant relating to the December 26, 2023 homicide on West Wilson near Leslie, involving 5 suspects who are currently in custody for the murder of Jonathan Reyes. News 25 caught up with Sheriff Joe McGill, who was on scene to give us the details of this search warrant.
Hi, this is Sheriff Joe McGill. It's a little after 8 p.m. We're here at the intersection of Balzar and Mesquite. Our SWAT team was serving a search warrant with detectives. This search warrant is being conducted in follow-up investigation in reference to the homicide that took place on December 26th at an address on West Wilson. This search warrant is being done searching for evidence in reference to that crime. Any further information will be updated at a later time if we do have any information to provide. Thank you.
News 25 will continue to follow this homicide story as it develops further.
Deborah Redden, who attacked a Las Vegas district court judge last week and was captured on a video that has now gone viral, appears in court once again on Tuesday regarding the assault.
The man who assaulted a judge during his sentencing, Deborah Redden, appeared in court on Tuesday, January 9th, in regards to the charges he will be facing relating to the January 4th incident. Redden is facing a multitude of charges, which include attempted murder, battery on a protected person, and disregarding the safety of people and property. The case will be handled by Clark County Justice Court Judge Diana Sullivan. She has stated that while she is familiar with Holthus, the judge who was attacked, the two do not know each other well and will be handling the case as if it were any other. The preliminary hearing date for Redden has been set for February 14th at 9 a.m. Until that hearing, Redden will be remaining in the Clark County Detention Center. Due to people wondering what the security apparatus was around Redden's face and why it was placed on him, an unnamed spokesperson with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department clarified as to what it was. They stated that due to the violent attack in the courtroom, as well as spitting in the eyes of a correction officer while being searched in jail, authorities have implemented what they call a Level 1 transport, which requires 5 officers and a sergeant during each escort. The spokesperson continued stating that those type of precautions try to keep the inmate, or the person in custody, as in control as possible.
Nevada Senators Jackie Rosen and Catherine Cortez Masto recently took a trip to the U.S.-Mexico border to see the illegal crossing crisis firsthand. Anthony Roberts has this story.
In December, border crossing reached a record of more than 225,000 in just 1 month. Recently, Nevada Senator Jackie Rosen and Catherine Cortez visited the U.S.-Mexico border to see the issue firsthand. According to border agents, they are in desperate need of more manpower as well as infrastructure in remote areas between ports. Rosen explained there needs to be a boost in technology at ports of entry to help slow the flow of drugs being brought into the country. A record amount of fentanyl was seized at the Mariposa port last year. Senator Cortez Masto said she agreed with law enforcement leaders that she had met with that more was needed to be done to secure the border and fix the broken immigration system. Congress must pass the $14 billion in border security funding that President Biden has proposed and act on a real solution that reduces the strain on our frontline officers, ensures legitimate asylum claims can be processed quickly, and keeps our communities safe.
While the U.S. Secretary of State meets with the Palestinian president, the World Health Organization and Israel have differing opinions on whether or not there is a food shortage in Gaza. RJ Camacho has this story.
On the 10th, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas as part of a plan that aims to rally the region behind the vision of a Palestinian state after the war. According to reports, Blinken secured commitments from multiple countries within the region in order for aid in the rebuilding and governance of Gaza after the war against Hamas ends. However, this is contingent on the state being a Palestinian one and not being occupied by any other nations. Talks have begun as well with Egypt on a potential new round of hostage swapping from Hamas. This would be the same as the hostage exchanges that occurred during the ceasefire, where Hamas would release hostages in exchange for Palestinians that were being held prisoner by Israel. Egypt, alongside Qatar and the United States, have been serving as mediators between Israel and Hamas. However, these talks grinded to a halt when a top Hamas official was assassinated in Beirut, Lebanon. This is mainly due to Israel being accused for the strike. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization, or WHO, is currently requesting that the Israeli government approve its requests to deliver humanitarian aid to northern Gaza. However, this is not just for the World Health Organization, but partners of the organization as well. Director for the World Health Organization, General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, stated that the UN Health Agency has allegedly been forced to cancel 6 planned missions to the northern parts of Gaza since December 26th of last year. This is allegedly due to their requests being rejected. He went on to state that the barrier to delivering humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza is not the capabilities of the UN, WHO, or our partners. The barrier is access. We call on Israel to approve requests by the WHO and other partners to deliver humanitarian aid. According to reports as well, approximately 576,000 people in Gaza are currently facing catastrophic levels of starvation. However, Israel has made a statement regarding the rate of aid being delivered to Gaza, stating that there is no food shortage occurring in the enclave. Colonel Mashi Tetro, who is head of the Coordination and Liaison Administration for Gaza, has stated that the international aid groups have been the root cause of Palestinians struggling to process and receive aid. He went on to state that the assessment we all, with the UN and other organizations, show that there is sufficient aid in terms of food. The reserves in the Gaza Strip are sufficient for the near term. There is no food shortage in Gaza.
A car chase leads to a large amount of drugs and an arrest. We'll have that story right after the break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by John Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call 775-751-2372.
Welcome back to News 25. Local officers respond to a report of a man pointing a gun at another during a car chase, which leads to finding an exorbitant amount of drugs.
On January 7th, the Nye County Sheriff's Office responded to the Lolo's liquor store in Pahrump in reference to a weapons offense. The reporting party had alleged that 2 males that were driving a gray sedan were chasing them. Additionally, the reporting party alleged that the driver of the sedan, who was later identified as Zachary Torsky, was pointing a small black semi-automatic handgun at them. While en route to Lolo's, officers had dispatch run the license plate and requested a search of the address that the license returned to. Upon arrival to Lolo's, officers made contact with the reporting party that stated that the incident allegedly began with a verbal argument at a Horizon market. After filling their vehicle with gas, the reporting party alleged that the 2 males began following them. This resulted in the 2 males causing the reporting party to pull over after allegedly pulling out in front of them and slamming their brakes. The 2 males then allegedly approached the vehicle and pointed a firearm at the reporting party, who had grabbed a shovel for self-defense. A chase between the 2 parties then ensued after the reporting party went back into their vehicle to flee from the 2 men. The sedan was later located by officers with Torsky in the driver's seat. Torsky allegedly admitted on planning to use a set of brass knuckles against the reporting party, however denied consent to search the vehicle. Officers then spoke to the passenger of the vehicle, who confirmed that Torski owns firearms. After obtaining a search warrant, officers found 2 small baggies within the vehicle that contained a white rocky substance that tested positive for crack cocaine. Zachary Torski was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, transporting a controlled substance, assault with a deadly weapon, and possession of a dangerous weapon. Additionally, after this, officers then conducted a search of Torski's residence where they located Haley Lane, who lives in the residence as well. At the residence, officers allegedly located 50 different plastic baggies that contained crack cocaine. According to the arrest report, they additionally located 4 digital scales, multiple boxes containing plastic baggies, a small baggie that contained shrooms, and a container which held $20,000 in cash. Zachary Torski was additionally charged after the search, alongside Haley Lane, who was arrested at the scene. The additional charges are conspiracy to violate the Uniform Controlled Substances Act, operating a place for the sale of a controlled substance, 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, and possession to sell a Scheduled 1 or 2 controlled substance.
The Nevada Division of Child and Family Services will be hosting a foster care training program soon. News 25 spoke to Shelby Riley, Nevada's rural foster care recruiter, for the details.
My name is Shelby Riley, and I am the foster care recruiter for our 15 rural counties in Nevada. So that's every county except Clark County and Washoe County. So we cover all of our rural counties, and there's a need for foster homes in all of them today. Specifically in Nye County, we have 13 foster homes. And so what's really important to understand, especially in Nevada, is if we don't have enough foster homes in one county, then we're looking at placing a child in a totally different county. And so what ends up happening is that, for example, a Nye County kid won't have space to be placed in Nye County, and they might be placed in another county like Elko County. And then say a few months down the road, Elko is in the same situation, and that Elko kid has to go to Nye County. So we start to see children flip-flopped around the state, which is what we want to avoid. We want to make sure that children are centrally located near the people they love and trust, that they can maintain their school so that education can continue to be a priority for them, and that they can continue to have consistent visits with their parents, so that can be a time for healing and making sure that all services are centrally located and are designed to help reunify families. We're looking for homes that are looking to be a part of this. We are looking for homes that are interested in helping maintaining a child's family and being able to have a point at reunifying one day. Our next training is scheduled on January 20th. That's a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're going to meet for the next 3 Saturdays at those same times. And this is all going to be online with a live instructor. So anywhere that you have the convenience of having a Wi-Fi connection, you're able to attend our training. You can be single, you can be married, you can be in domestic partnerships, you can have your own children or not have your own children, you can own your home or rent your home. There's many different people that look like a great fit for a foster home. And it's absolutely no commitment at any point throughout the training. So if you've ever had an interest of being a foster home or have ever had a heart for being that safe haven for children, this is something that you would absolutely want to check out. You can go to www.ruralnvfostercare.com and create your account by clicking the blue Get Started page. Once you create your account, I'm going to be in contact with you very shortly after so that we make sure that you have all of the things you need for training and you're ready to join us on January 20th.
Here's Mikey with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports. Golden Knights coming off a 5-2 victory against the Islanders on Saturday. They're off to Colorado this evening to play the Avalanche. The Las Vegas Super Bowl 58 host committee announced that the Super Bowl will be making 2 more appearances throughout January. It'll be at the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, Monday, January 15th from 10 a.m. to noon. Parade starts on 4th Street and Gass Avenue. And on Sunday, January 21st, it'll be at the Fashion Show Mall from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., located near the mall's North Plaza. The Las Vegas Desert Dogs are gearing up for their first home game of 2024, which includes a special giveaway and themed night. The lacrosse team, who are part of the National Lacrosse League, will host the White Hot Rivalry Night when they take on the San Diego Seals on Friday, January 12th. Fans are encouraged to wear white and cheer on the Desert Dogs. Crucial matchup where the first 4,000 fans will receive a Wayne Gretzky 99 jersey. Pahrump Valley Trojan boys basketball are at Cadence Academy this evening. JV is in progress and varsity at 6:30. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Your health report and the weather forecast is coming right up, so stick around.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Thanks for staying with us. January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Research shows late-stage cervical cancer appears to be on the rise. Dr. Robert DeBernardo with the Cleveland Clinic says that could be due in part to the pandemic and the changing guidelines for pap smears. Women now only need to get them done every 3 years, and in some cases, every 5 years.
It's sort of hard to count by threes, and it's very easy to kind of lose track of when your pap smear was. And our guidelines are such that if it's done one way, then it's a slightly different screening protocol. So, and I think that may be one of the issues that has kind of led to an identification of more advanced cervix cancer that we're seeing in the United States.
For those unfamiliar, cervical cancer is cancer of the cells in the cervix, which is the lowest part of a woman's uterus. Early stages of cervical cancer does not usually involve symptoms and can be hard to detect, making routine pap smears extremely important. The test can help identify any abnormal cells. However, when symptoms do occur, they can include bleeding after sex, pelvic pain, and vaginal discharge that contains blood. Dr. DeBernardo says cervical cancer is preventable and is often the result of the virus HPV, a sexually transmitted infection. So testing for that is equally as important. The same goes for the HPV vaccine. Both men and women between the ages of 11 and 45 years old are eligible to get that.
We developed a vaccine years ago. There's several on the market that are extremely effective at preventing cancer. In Australia, where uptake of vaccines are high, they're seeing a decrease in the amount of cervix cancer in that country.
According to the CDC, roughly 13,000 new cases of cervical cancer are diagnosed every year in the U.S., in addition to 4,000 deaths.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Looking outside at the Lerner and Rowe WeatherCam, still a little bit breezy, still some snow on the distant mountain. John's got the full weather forecast. He'll be in just a minute. Stick around.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. This is John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the East Country Radio Network and to your computer or mobile device any time of the day or night. www.kpvm.tv. 8 channels of digital entertainment. Everything we broadcast and it goes out to the world, so it's lots of fun. 47 degrees out there in Fernley. Fallon saw 48. Carson City, a tepid 48. You got weather twins with Fallon. Congratulations. That's very nice. Out in Tonopah was 44. Goldfield, you never win anything. Today you win the Cool Spot Award at 41 degrees. You are chilly. Beatty saw 46 degrees, 51 in beautiful Amargosa. Las Vegas, tepid poolside 49 is your high today. 57 out in Death Valley, and here in the Paradise Pahrump. Let's take a look. Current temperature 46 degrees. 51 just a little bit earlier. Winds out of the south and southeast at just 3 miles per hour. Nothing to it. Sun rose this morning at 6:55. Set this evening at 4:47. We see it going down even now. And heading to our low tonight of 34 degrees under those partly cloudy skies and beautiful colors of the sky. If you just take a minute, poke your head outside and do yourself a favor, take out that sunset. Humidity at 57%. You think we'd have clouds tomorrow too, but no, look at this. We have winds instead. Winds blowing us a nice clear day. Temperatures up to 49 degrees, but blowing in some cloud cover, and temperatures starting to rise up throughout the week. Look at that. We got 59 degrees on Sunday. We got 60 degrees on Wednesday. No real talk of rain. Winds pretty much under 10 miles per hour, in control and heading towards warmer temperatures. That's a trend that is our friend. All right, back to the desk. Here's Missy Kohler.
Keeping that extra blanket on the bed just a little bit longer. Thanks, John. That'll wrap things up for us here at News 25 tonight. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Missy Kohler. Have a great night.